with how much things increase, but this goes over your police needs, public works. You show utility cash flow, that I'll get to next. Park, fire, etc. So as you all kind of take this back and review all by yourself, if there's any questions or changes or anything, please let me know. We'd love to update that in draft too. And then on the next page, on page 82, we show a different kind of breakdown of more so summarizing how much of the above capital projects general, what year, what year, so and so forth, on funds there. And then we also show wants list, which ones that will get funded in this meeting. So they're on the radar, but maybe they're not super helpful right now. So the programs and the cash flows actually be funded out of those different funds. So what put in here that way, the next two pages, the finance utilities on simulational. So page 83 of this general obligation debt capacity limit. So the town, based on this calculation, is entitled to issue what we call a general obligation policy. It gives them a bond into the market. We assign them a tax rate. We pay the debt service costs. And we do feel public using for fire payments over that nature, whatever it's been there no restrictions on what it is, which is another tool to fund capital improvements in cash money or these things and the option of the account. So the debt limitation that the town had is based on their assessed value without going to that is about. So when you back out, cost of vision, issuing that this is probably hard to back out to 200,000. Luckily, the town would have a lot of projects. So that's just information for you. Page 84, again, informational. I'm not sure if anyone knows what payment limit tax is. What it is this is a lot of however, the code allows you to adopt what's called highway tax, where sewer and water would transfer a certain amount of money to the general fund year in the event this event is going to so that is this calculation it's based on the which is the net capital assets and so their capital assets less than outstanding debt. Times the gross tax rate. So for sure that it's about 66,000 for water that is about 30,000. That would be announced. This would be the general fund. This could be a tool if ever then becomes huge impacts like the one this is although we have to remember we increase totally expenses to be happy with increased rates. But it isn't full and we can provide you that for anything now. The next section will go through this one is water. So we've never done this for utilities before. Find the hours we've done it using the bond issuances and dams. Which is the current that we have. Last one we thought it right. So of course, the two are a little bit differently. They've got different recommended targets or required targets based on the outstanding bond. So that's what page everyone does. Here is the water utilities fund balance to where it should be. If you look in that variance column, the water utilities ahead of where it should be, both required and recommended, about 200,000. The only negative you see there is just the depreciation fund. I don't even think water actually depreciation fund is not popular too. That's more service of that. Water maybe getting he's not going to decide you don't have to. What I see here it's all just something not operational fund. We go through here what all of them are for. The operation maintenance fund, all the interest amount, that everything with account, those are all required. based on the bonds and the efficiency fund, of course, is just a recommended amount based on the capital improvements. 72 is going to be the same thing that we get off for the solar fund, but those, 5 years in the future, water utility, and you're thinking of all of water side. So you're looking at everything, not just about so what we see here, and it relays our line from here, isn't highlighted like the other people, so I apologize about that, but like I said, it should be highlighted, and that's again, we changing those fund balances. Historically, water has done pretty well. We see some higher increases in changing fund balance in 2024. Of course, that was a lot going on for the city of that nature. You'll see some decreases going forward as well, especially when it's 60% down on proceeds. So we kind of focus on and need to stay here with the water project completed in 2026. Just kind of split it between 25 and 26. So we kind of look at, when we see what the water project is done, all revenues aside, you're going to need debt service for that water project right now as well. How does water look? If you look at 29, 27, 29 water, and you don't have to do that. So that tells us the rate increase you did, was going out for water. So have a good new debt service cost as well as operations and so on the end, like I said, water and sewer are kind of at 15 and 50% of them. So it's a little bit different just based on the values of the onward to get that into the considering all of that your new one so well required so we can a little bit for water. And then 74 is just that's a nice structure for the water for just one. Any questions on water? So the last section I have here is wastewater, and the section do the same thing. Each S1, again, we're comparing where sewer fund balances compared to where it should be overall. Just short of 400,000 above where we have the fund balances should be. Again, you see the negative there for the same reason, which is because you guys don't have a depreciation fund that you get first, but choose to pay for. So all things looking up there for sewer. Then the next two things for sewer. Again, same thing. So sewer kind of has those gone, or the kind of costs and contracts it's falling off the 21, 22, so 23, 24, of course, on actual results. Including all of that in your debt service. For the 2021 sewer loan started in 2020, online, not sure yet. But I'm looking forward. Just mainly based on the capital agreements that we collected, all the more sewer, we do anticipate the rate increase. If all of those capital agreements need to be done at the exact time we have them before. I would say by 2027, we will be starting for maybe for this water. I know there's a very just get one, but the last one was immediately. So that is a 6-year period of learning about the utility rates again. Certainly you can review them sooner than that, but what we have those in the report is link days increase, report all those capital agreements. 27, 29, just really small pieces where to be able to afford those so typically we suggest 5 years from any place and you guys can get 5, 6, that's great. Of course, when you get to that point, you want to those numbers where you're at then and not for your time, how those capital projects or stressing, what has changed, observing how people fall off maybe. But with those rate increases, though, when we look at the next three, when PNC were something a little bit closer to that recommended balance where it needs to be. And then even with our rate increases, it's like that. So I would definitely say, maybe as we get into 26, summer, so then we're going to this month. And then page S4 is just where it's absolutely that one. The very last thing we have in here is just a ranking comparison, just this is average. So we state average is actually the report we prepare to just formalize sort of 25 every 3 years. We gather rate information from the state, and that way we kind of come up with a state average for you to compare to these stuff. So we show the graph here, state average total is $100 and 33 cents for 4,000 gallons from actual water and sewer. And then we have the walk through, so right there, and we'll go back by $6, $94.64. And we'll still see here to do the second size. Again, the state average for sewer is higher, or you're lower, and then you can kind of flip off a little bit, but you can see starts a little bit. A lot of that is just really any questions, any follow-ups? Right, I don't want to take all your time tonight with the workshop or something that we're going to discuss. One or anything like that. Please, we talk to me. We need to but I would love to meet with you, but I don't do that. And then if we don't go through this, I'm very often this is budget. One thing I have a lot of that. One impacts the body, one person in the credit, hopefully give us like more intervention. Those impacts are things. So if you like those students, some impact those 26, probably tax easy. But those things aren't going to be in 20%. We'll see those impacts. So you have to you guys that without those. So any questions?
This is very helpful.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the goal, like we know, of course, a lot of this will change by the end of the year, but what we like, the discussion is the general fund and just have those numbers to see, well, this number is this year. Oh, this is not how that's going to happen. So I think that's helpful. When you get to those discussions and we want maybe anything else from us, let us know. But I will send the report visually, and then I can also send that will be in itself. I will send all of that. It's not the most I feel like we all need outside or ready to sleep and
Thank you very much. Hey, Katie, next on your list, I've got Region Highway payout number 1. Road projects, 140,113.20. Right. West Harrison, South Washington, Little Lincoln, Post. Yeah. I looked about. A motion and a second, all those in favor? Aye. Those? Okay. And I think this is the stuff that you need to know.
Let's put that, that, maybe such better than. Or, It's a little bit fire out of it. The importance that we being so.
Good, top here. Going back to the in Kansas City. That's the letter. Talk about this and talk to this and that's all it. So let's get our calendars together and figure out what works. We won't have to do a full meeting like this.
I'm not sure if you like the time and I saw every.
Really go. Okay, and the amendments. Paragraph 7.
And like this, you look at. I would like to see, with the section two, I'd like to see, I can go down all those.
Well, yep, yes.
Yeah.
What does, what you can talk about, what's it always thing at? That one. Then we'll get back time a little bit more. What I'm doing, say.
I guess this is one of the exceptions would have been.
This is something we have to act on right now. It's just well. Gee, that looks good. Yeah, because I have zero. Then one stop by my nose. So, yeah. Yes. Yes. But I can bring it back. Okay.
The first focus is going to where a little bit back. But, so you can do some. So, making sure that the front on that shop area, right next to the front. We talk about passenger seating space. And then from everything table. No, that's from off.
Oh, it's 31 with basketball.
Yeah, so the new one that was set up there, just opened another part. After you didn't have enough time to inform them that you don't like this, maybe off and one of the projects on the side. So it's very up first off, whether it's out. I'm doing it now myself. Like to see that. Yeah, yeah. I was looking at the papers in front of me. Yeah. I thought it was great.
And then. Probably. Yeah, maybe not, but they had a great idea. Creating parking spots right after that, so. And directly. One side of the whole foot.
Okay, so I have my bearings and everything. This is the parking lot on the north side of the big hill, correct? Water tower over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then they're essentially the gravity for now, just north of the golf course after that. So just great to know how parking, just a quick pattern.
Now, is this golf go through those trees over to the baseball side?
We may have to modify that.
This wasn't a golf, it was a golf.
I think we need to look at what we own and maybe what we don't own. There's some ideas and some plans. I think we need more space than what this is showing.
We'll hopefully finish the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Not you.
There's other areas.
Yeah.
There's other discussions.
We've also looked at, potential use of this, right?
Big parking lots. That's not very, that's huge. We probably know the base. Without, then also I would think that you'll want that done because they realize.
So we try to elevate that and all. So they've got like.
Some ideas.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to do it. Things out there.
Just.
Yeah, we have some ideas on that. I mean, it's probably fine some conversation to just get these back talking.
Okay, it was just great.
All for this. Bye-bye.
Community foundation lights, that, you know, with a million, I have all ideas for any sort of kind of that. You love it. You love it. You got it. You got it. Let's go. Interacting with each other. So, we'll get on. We don't think about it. Yes, yeah. Lights are going.
Yeah, the seating of lights actually before garden.
So this area, while the cut line was supposed we put up this temporary. That's the area that we, I consider temperature. That's the impact relegation. Yeah. Partially, eventually, we will have these. Utilize.
I'm found around there.
So. The 2 years ago now, looked at turning that and the parking behind the court lines. Before we all actually parking. And then we did all 11 spaces. East and west down that route. I'm gonna make it. When the fence isn't up. We have how many spaces that would take me. What would impact residents that with dog. Impact during the summer months isn't that big of an issue because you're not actually weather, you don't have to walk flooding until you live. But come winter time, that could be more stuff in there. It was gonna be nice and somehow it's everybody, you don't know what they're on. That's what's fair. Not just. Residents. I think we should actually give them really out there. This is. Usually. I think it's one, but it's walking across the street. One of the projects is on the back side, well, see, on the project side. Well, so. Up above. I only went on spot, but I'm doing on a big part, on the cap, I didn't have a spot, that spot. There's one, you know, really, it's not, it's up. Yeah. Solid. Yes. That's what it is. Noise. Really, the awesome.
There's two. That's it. Yeah. Probably not. You can not good.
Yeah, we were 70 plus, we should have been the last one. We could just do the same, it's just split this out.
So maybe we can just leave. See here, there. It's getting out there, fire quick. So the town makes no money off it. So how long is that? Let's see.
Okay, that's fine. So my very, August, you are the ones, because we always will have, that, have that. It's the march. March.
Anybody else, Gary?
All right. Joe, see, yes, we're gonna move the ball into public works. First. Yeah. Man, I always really want to start, looks like, you can really pay up really through the late lift station. I've got in front of me. $305,091.45.
We're on site for a little bit today, getting some coverage for the fall.
Motion second, all in favor? Aye. So. Okay. All right, then we're gonna shift it over to water treatment plant. Mario to pay out number 8. $523,000, $523,965.63. This covers quite a bit of work over the past month. Probably with the building.
Yeah, a lot of the underground installed, we built something by the other stuff, they built, there, and kind of get the water, so the water, like, on the drain, pipe wood. The field building, the frame was erected. Second,
Motion is second. There.
aye.
Vote. There. Okay, and then money in our favor, we have an R Yoder change order. Change order number one for the water treatment facility. This encompasses like 23. Well, I'm not quite just different numbers in there.
I think there's about
17, yeah, different changes totaling in our favor of $150,791.
Yeah, there's some parts in mind. Now we're sitting in the positive 114,591 pennies. Right, in credit of 114,073.
Motion is second. In favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed. Spend the rest of it.
We're pretty good to see.
And then, water treatment plant pay app number 10. DOT share. Services from 517 to 627, total $7,330.
This covers on-site inspection, which
The motion of the two, the DOT pay act number 10, the water treatment plant, $70,850.
Motion second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? And it goes back what we used to do. And then DOC KF number 11 to the lift station. DOC share for 517 to 627, $1,018.75.
Your commission of those votes, you also need to have them for election position.
Motion second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, now let's know we're on you.
So we had a meeting today with, a couple business owners on the pressure fees on the south. Town. We had an engineer there as well. Conclusion of the meeting is we would like to potentially use our old water treatment plant we cost. When the new plant built, we'll stop. To make sure that's the right decision for the community, long term. We'd like to sign an agreement with JPR to do a good study on the facility, the homes that we have there, ins and outs going out of it, what are these things that we have. This is important to keep moving along with the process. We haven't seen some money, that money that we then utilized to fund this project. So, we have a lot of manufacturing in the south side that we have certain fire requirements, and we can do better than that. So, to help with that, if you know, we can do it up to pressure. You could really feel like this is. So, if you guys give me permission, I think I can find the contact with JPR. It's the $12,000 food situation preliminary investigation. They're going to do some of the check on the flow modeling in that area and then clear that the volumes there. But the $12,000. So you guys get permission to sign a contract with them, do the support. Then the start of it.
I've been involved in this for a while now, started the process, trying to figure out with you alongside of it. A, getting water, making water flowing, so. And with this north south, there's way to hold there and go, that's just one. Say, I know.
Currently, our towers are too low that help provide gas for spectrum on the south side of town. We're talking $2 million to adjustments for and build those. The output of policy. We'll be better off future growth in that area. Maybe additionally, need a tower down the road, but that's all based on the not like. So this would be the most sensible and huge. In our opinion, so that's what they do. Makes me be allowed. It's just we do it. But if you have the best of the you make best of this.
The second, the third. Voting. Make it happen,
Okay. Secondly, if you've had any one big conversation, just kind of, put it up and some kind of the report. You think for what, how all that figure it out. So, we look at the town, different ways to involve in the town. And last night I was handed the exact order to users. So that it can sort of finalize my back. So that would be something to do. So I have to look at that one.
Good. Was it out?
Yeah.
All I had was. Last. $1,000. Whether so you all have that. Sorry, it's that. Wow, that's nice. Let's say, those for second, those in favor. Vote. Please. We're ready to. We're ready to. Like the. Back to. So easy. I see. Very good. Well, yeah. Tier 1 certified. Just people feel free to have. So it's good to see kind of around, this how the rest of the do. So see how this was, this how. So, right. Yeah. Wow, you're up, Mr. Manager.
Um, our previous, this is regarding the, previous situation, it was 4-year contract, and that to the agreement. The recent proposal that we got, prices, a 4-page agreement, and I really appreciate council trying to take the other place. With each of the place, that we get in terms of testing, so I did reach that out to board. We granted us for grace. We would like to, take some time to review like this new proposal, but not the old. Impact on this very. Accommodating us. I know few days perhaps to, have some suggested changes, like that would be having a willingness. That's it was. Most of them did send it, yeah. To all the hospitals, the plans that continue the conversation. So by the way, again, thank you, to the council for the insights there. The watering system update, SSH2O is about to launch. We're going to christen it sometime soon. I don't know, probably like Miracle Go or something. But again, Rocco found a piece of equipment. I was not look at it. So the car, it's already got some tires. They're different. They will have these benefits somehow to build it. The tank. You know, the pump, so the entire system will be electric, so we do that or the decent like 6 o'clock. I do probably very excited about that. But anyway, we're excited about the fact that that is actually a good, we think we'd like to give up this year. But anyway, that's all I have. So. Right. Carl,
Next.
I saw that Judy. Oh, I do.
Yes, congratulations. That's amazing. It's awesome.
First, I'm so maybe yeah. I'm sure that
they have no idea. You already talked.
Congratulations on that. That's okay. I was very happy to do that.
She would like it for some of the board, for the spotlights, you know, that helped off, that looks like last night. That's something that the total details. No, yeah.
What's your second? All in favor? Aye. Vote. No, that's all. Vote. Good. Like that.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next work session, August 4th, 2025, 6:30 PM. Council meeting, August 5th, 2025, 6:30 PM. We'll see you then. We are adjourned.
Yes.
Start signing this one. Start signing the other stack.
Yeah, one. Actually, part of this.
I sexy that you want. She has a birthday.
So.